Did you guys know that the world is run off of unconditional love and agency? Are you asking yourself, well, if that was true, then why do so many bad things happen in this world? And why do so many people mistreat others? Well, the way that we treat others comes back down once again to our own agency and how we choose to respond to the situation that we've been given. If we choose not to feel loved, it's because it doesn't meet the way that our brain perceived how we should be loved from early childhood development. Our brains took on so much information and processed it in such a way that we developed a pattern in our mind as to how we perceive we should be loved. So when we develop the expectation that we should be loved in a certain way, and that's not met, we don't feel loved. How is somebody supposed to know how we feel the need to be loved if their brain developed differently and they had a different perception of how they wanted to be loved? It's always our expectations of how we think things should go that cause us the pain. And now I'd like to offer you a little bit of perspective. Think of a mother and her new child, for example. The baby wants to be nurtured and taken care of by its mother, and the mother loves her new baby. Did you know that the neurochemical associated to love is oxytocin? Did you also know that oxytocin is the neurochemical needed for breast milk production? If the world wasn't created in love, then why do you believe it would be that way? Why do you believe that oxytocin would be a neurochemical needed for us to survive? So now let's look at it from a different perspective. What if the mother decides to have an abortion and abort her child? That in the moment doesn't seem or come off as very loving. But more than likely, it's the mother's own fears and the fact that she's afraid that she won't be able to support the child. This is also probably why many women give up their children for adoption. Is it possible that they love their children so much, but it was only their own fears that were getting in the way that prevented that life or that family from happening? I'm not trying to justify anybody's actions, but there's a high probability that they had so much love for that child that they felt like they were doing what they perceived was best for them in that moment of time. After all, subconscious love is reactive, just like any other neurochemical deficiency. The subconscious mind reacts just to get the neurochemical deficiency met, based off the way that our brain perceived how it needed to meet that need from early childhood perceptions. Also, dopamine is the precursor to every action, so there's always dopamine tied in and associated to other neurochemical deficiencies. Dopamine deficiencies cause us to feel out of control. This could be a very good reason as to why a mother may choose to give up her child or have an abortion. Because she felt so scared within herself that she felt out of control, and her brain in that moment of time saw aborting the child or giving it up as the only option. Otherwise, do you truly believe that she would have done that to begin with? So my question to all of you would be, how can you still choose to feel love even when somebody else isn't meeting it up to your expectations? Why do we expect to meet our need for love in a certain way to begin with? What if we just allowed love to happen and accepted it however we got it? How much more in control of your life would you feel if you didn't expect somebody to love you in a certain way to begin with? Feeling the way that we desire to receive love is great for sure, but how can we still feel love even if it's not met in the way that we desire? I hope that you can give love the way that you choose to receive it. My name is Berkeley Gerhart, and I am a facilitator for Fulfill Life Yourself. If this information was helpful to you, please like, subscribe, and comment BRAIN below for more information.